The search for Ferdinand's next police chief will wrap up soon. More on that, plus Denny Spinner joins me for a midweek mayor conversation, and this weekend's Dale Fall Fest is the subject of tonight's episode of Inform. All of that and much more is up next here on the 18 WJTS News. Hello, I'm Bradford Raths. We begin with Ferdinand officials winding down their search for the town's next police chief. Last night, Ferdinand Town Manager Chris James told the Ferdinand Town Council that 6 candidates in all applied for the position. James says the first round of interviews was held last Thursday. The second round of interviews takes place tomorrow night. James says continuity will be the key to success for whoever is the next police chief.
Have that person kind of pick up the baton from where Chief Patton has brought the department to and continue that forward progress. We're not really looking for great leaps and bounds necessarily. The department, we feel, is in a good spot right now, thanks in large part to Chief Patton's efforts in these past 2 years.
James says the town is hoping to name a new police chief before the end of the month. James says the goal is to make a transition from current Chief Ricky Patton to the new chief over a roughly 2-week time frame. Of course, Patton announced his plans to step down back in May. Patton stated his wife Amy accepted another position with Master Brand Cabinets at that company's Lexington, North Carolina location. Patton is from Virginia and told the town council in May the move would put him closer to his family. Patton is leaving his job early next month. In other business, the council decided to have residents keep any bins they may have purchased from Monster Recycling. Monster terminated its contract with the town last month due to heavy financial losses. James says residents keeping the bins just makes things easier all around. He says it will also help going forward should the town choose to sign a contract with another recycling provider. Speaking of Ferdinand, a Kentucky man landed in jail yesterday afternoon following a short pursuit through the town and some nearby fields. At 1:30 p.m., Ferdinand police received a report from police in Champaign, Illinois, to be on the lookout for a stolen truck. The truck was believed to be at Holiday Foods initially, which is where Ferdinand officers were first dispatched. Now, a short time later, police found the truck stopped at a nearby CVS. Officers then attempted to make a traffic stop, but the driver, 25-year-old Richard Baldwin of Columbia, Kentucky, put the truck in gear and took off. Police then followed the truck as Baldwin drove through the Subway parking lot and into a field behind the store. Police say Baldwin then continued driving through the fields before wrecking the truck in a field just east of Mariah Hill Road. A short foot pursuit then took place, and Baldwin at that point was arrested. Baldwin was booked into the DuBois County Security Center. He is facing a felony for resisting law enforcement with a motor vehicle, along with charges for receiving stolen property, 2 counts of theft, and criminal mischief. Ferdinand authorities say those are the local charges. Baldwin will face more charges in Illinois. No injuries were reported. Damage to crops owned by Francis Libahusen and land owned by Joe Kettner, both of Ferdinand, came out to a combined $2,500. State police arrested a Tell City woman earlier this week after they found out she pretended to be her sister during an early summer traffic stop. Back on June 28th, Trooper Jeremy Galloway pulled over a vehicle in Tell City for an expired vehicle registration violation. A woman who was driving the car identified herself as Crystal Pratt through her name and date of birth. Galloway wound up issuing a citation at that point. Then this past Friday, Galloway received a call from Pratt. Pratt told Galloway she had received notice of her license being suspended for not paying the fine for the ticket, a ticket that she did not get. Pratt told Galloway she had never been pulled over by him, and her sister, 29-year-old Amanda Penix, also of Tell City, had likely stolen her identity. Galloway confirmed through investigation that Penix had indeed falsely used Pratt's name and date of birth during the traffic stop. Penix was arrested Monday night after police executed an arrest warrant. Penix was booked into the Perry County Security Center, and she is facing a level 6 felony for identity deception, along with a Class A misdemeanor for making a false identity statement and a Class C misdemeanor for failing to identify. And finally tonight, the ongoing effort to keep sea lines open in the Middle East has a local flavor in the form of a Jasper native. Fireman Cameron Light is a Navy engineman aboard the mine countermeasures ship USS Sentry. Light lives and works at a Navy base in Manaha, Bahrain, where Sentry is currently based. Light is a graduate of Jasper High School and graduated from the Science Academy of South Texas in 2012. In a news release, Light says he gets a sense of accomplishment when he does his job. Light says though he is thousands of miles from home, he most enjoys the camaraderie that comes with the ship's small crew. He says he is also learning more about himself as a leader, sailor, and as a person. The USS Century has 8 officers and 80 enlisted as part of the ship's company. The Century was commissioned in 1993 and is the first Navy ship that bears the name. It is one of the Navy's 11 Avenger-class mine countermeasures ships that are designed to remove mines from vital waterways and harbors. All right, coming up after the break, our midweek chat with Huntingburg Mayor Denny Spenner, and later, a preview of this weekend's Dale Fall Festival. We're back after this.